Okay, so for the final segment of Expert Commander Episode 3, a name which Nick still cannot believe we are using.
I am in constant and unending shock.
At some point, we're going to have to stop drawing attention to the fact that it's called Expert Commander. But we're only 3 episodes in.
Yeah,
I'm sure
we can forgive us that, right?
Yeah, we can do it for a little bit longer. So, given that we're both in the same room for the first time in the very short history of this podcast, what I thought we would do is we would try some of the unusual exotic alcohols which Nick has around his house. Yeah, Nick, what are you holding in your hand right now?
This is one that my sister brought back from Berlin a couple of years ago for me. It's only 200 milliliters. It's a very small bottle, like a little miniature of some form of alcohol. Now, you do a podcast, you do a little bit of research.
Sure.
And the only research I did was to try and work out what it was called. So the actual, please, if you're German and listen to this, I do apologize for the your language. It says Vergessenheitstrunk.
Can I have a look?
Yeah, Vergessen.
Oh God, that's all one word.
Yeah.
Vergessenheitstrunk.
Yeah.
And in yellow text underneath it says
Krautliquor.
Yeah. Which I assume is just
German liquor.
Yeah.
Also, it says Ostprodukt, basically like products from East Germany on there.
Okay.
But the really interesting thing is, do you know what the top word means? Vergessenheitstrunk.
No, I assume it's one of those German words where it's like meanings upon meanings upon meanings.
No,
but it's all mashed into one word.
It quite literally means drink to forget.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
That's lovely.
So we have 1949 to 19.
I suddenly feel a lot more ominous about trying this.
Yeah, no, I see that. I've smelt it. 30% volume.
Okay.
So, all right. Made by CWS GBR Industries in Verschmaldenstrasse in Berlin. And I think we should get this into a wine glass and try it the fuck out.
Okay, so we're currently pouring this out. It's sort of an ambery brown kind of liquid.
Just sniff it.
Okay.
Because it smells like fizzy cola bottles.
It really
English
does.
Sweet, yeah.
This is the Saturday Kitchen segment of Expert Commander, where we just where we try and describe the taste and smell of things in an entirely non-olfactory medium.
Slightly terrified of spirits in general. Also, I've noticed that yours, I've got about 50 milliliters. You've got about 150.
All right, okay, we're gonna
give me a little dribble in there, just like
spread this out a little bit. Okay.
Oh, it's perfect listening. People at home will love that.
The authentic German drink to forget spirit. But I'm still not even sure what kind of spirit this is.
No, I don't know. Alice brought it back for me from Germany and was like, "I bought you a gift." I'm like, "Okay." She also brought me back a Batman comic entirely in German with the Joker.
So this is entirely sort of ambery kind of brown.
It looks a bit like Newcastle Brown Ale.
It does smell like cola bottles.
If you swill it around, you can see it's quite a heavily sugared liquor, just from the sort of trace it leaves on the glass.
Mm-hmm, yeah. It does look quite syrupy.
It looks very syrupy. The fact that it's moving in a very viscous fashion doesn't help. Shall we just get this?
Yeah,
get it down, okay?
Let's drink to forget.
Yeah.
That's incredibly sweet.
That's very pleasant. It's all licoricey without being too offensive.
It has kind of a brandy-ish kind of taste.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing that I can imagine that you would just heat up very, very slightly.
Yeah, if I ordered a dessert and it was covered in that.
That's good actually. Yeah. If you were to caramelize, I don't know if you can caramelize a liquid. If you were to like heat it up very slightly and then pour it over like a waffle or something.
Oh God, yeah.
I'd be into it.
Yeah, I'd eat that. That's very nice.
I can see why it comes in a miniature because you know what it reminds me of port actually.
Yeah.
I just want to point out to anybody listening to this, I have an extremely unrefined palate.
Oh God, he's practically like his tongue's like sandpaper.
And I also smoke, so my face senses are very much limited.
Face senses. He's blind, can't smell, can't taste.
Almost entirely accurate, but yeah, it reminds me of
port.
But
his ears.
Yeah, reminds me of port because
Yeah,
port is like port is like syrupy red wine to me. What's the content of this? Like 33%?
30% exactly.
It doesn't taste
No,
boozy at all, does it?
when I smelt it, I was worried about dealing it. If
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, it was, because it smelled far more alcoholic than it tastes.
But there's no, for example, earlier today, we were trying.
Oh, we were trying vodkas.
Yeah, you were trying your buffalo grass.
Yeah, it was
vodka?
bison grass vodka.
Bison grass vodka. There we go.
And we had a snifter of Crystal Head as well.
Oh yeah. So Nick is currently holding a little miniature of Dan Aykroyd's Skullhead vodka, which is
made in Toronto.
So I have to say, it's presented beautifully in this little tiny miniature skull with wonderful detail on the teeth and on the cheekbones.
It's a lovely piece of equipment.
It's a very nicely formed glass. We opened it up. How much was that little miniature?
£18.
£18 for this miniature.
I'd say about 500 millilitres.
So you paid 18 quid for 2 shots.
Yeah.
And we opened it up and we had a little snifter of it, and it is just garbage.
Yeah.
Like it's horrible.
It's just standard vodka.
Yeah, like there's nothing even remotely remarkable about it.
Do you know Glen's vodka?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes,
because that's my main vodka choice.
Is basically like Glen's vodka.
Glen's, if anybody doesn't know, I don't know if this is a proprietary brand by the co-op, but whenever you go into the co-op, you can get a big bottle of Glen's for 10 quid.
I got Glen's from Liquid Friends, like the company that delivers booze to your door.
Oh, so it's not proprietary.
I was at a house party and there was no booze left.
Yeah.
We drank it to shit, so I ordered a whole bunch of like beers and stuff. I had a whole bunch of Cobra and a couple of bottles of Glen's, and the party did not. It went in a different direction.
But yeah, I mean, and it's not even that. Excuse me. It's not even that that we're using Glen's vodka as a synonym for cheap crap. It's that you take a sip of this Skull vodka and that's immediately the thing which comes to mind.
Yeah, it's boom. It's like a like for like. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to the extent that there is a flavour, and
the flavour is Glen's.
Exactly,
it's like licking Glen.
The flavour is
putting your face straight into Glen.
I'm just now imagining if that skull is actually Glen's skull. It's like the Glen Memorial.
Glen's
vodka.
not looking so good.
So
Glen Memorial Vodka.
So good job, Dan Aykroyd, for successfully making a shit ton of money out of literally the cheapest vodka you can possibly buy.
I fucking bought it because it had a skull, and I am that guy.
Fair enough.
This is as an owner of a picture of a dead child. This is the vodka for me. Yes. Well, get out of my house.
Okay, so thank you very much for listening. We will see you next time for another episode of Expert Commander. I have been Christopher Elmore.
My name is Nick Gonzo, and that was not the name my mother gave me.
And from both of us here, and also the microphone, which we've perched precariously in a pint glass because I forgot to bring a mic stand with me to Leeds. Thank you and goodbye.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.